just a reminder that the Flu Trucks clan is still going on in downtown Ottawa. Also, side note, it's not about Schmite supremacy or schmozzies. Oh, what's that? Nothing to see there. Just a schmozzie walking around this weekend in front of Parliament being accepted.
So, if you don't remember the trucker convoy that happened in Canada, some of it is still going on. There are still a bunch of protesters that are out there in Ottawa protesting something. Because originally, these protests were about mask mandates, vaccine mandates, and just general COVID restrictions that were in place in Canada. But at this point, now pretty much all of that is rolled back. Now, this is, to be clear, despite the fact that COVID is seeing a huge surge, and even countries that had it very well under control, like China, South Korea, and a handful of others, are now facing an extreme surge due to this new variant that is incredibly easy to spread. So despite that potentially making its way to the United States and Canada, we're basically opening everything up, which there's something to be said about that. But right now, we're focused on these right-wingers who are protesting non-existent COVID restrictions. I would say, much like everything else the right wing does, this is actually a lot bigger, and it's about a heck of a lot more than this one issue. Just take a look at the Republicans in the United States right now. Right now, they're weirdly focused on trans people in sports and trans children in public schools. Now, why is that? Is that because that's what they think is the most pressing issue of our time? No, it's because they see an opportunity to try to turn that into a wedge issue that drives an extremely reactionary base to help them accomplish their ultimate ends. You see, the political right in both Canada and the United States shares one common root, and that root is white supremacy. Fundamentally, they are deeply upset that our political system isn't doing enough in their minds to prop up cis white men, and especially rich cis white men. They think that we should live in a completely unequal society where all of our policies are entirely dictated by the richest, whitest people around. And as is typical for white supremacists, they don't really care about the truth. They don't care about reason or logic or anything like that. They have no commitment to any type of ideological consistency outside of their very explicit racism. In their minds, white supremacy is a central theme. But you see, people know that it's bad to be a white supremacist, which is why they always try to find these random issues to try and draw people in. Like, for example, when they use the Save the Children campaign, they attach to people's correct and reasonable concerns about human trafficking. It's good and correct to be worried about human trafficking and to think that it should be stopped. But then they inject a bunch of nonsense conspiracy theories to try and drag people into the far right. If you did just a little bit of digging, you would realize that those conspiracy theories got anti-Semitic really quick. And so right now, the reason why you see the political right still crying about COVID restrictions that are basically non-existent anymore and hyper-focusing on trans folks, because they think those are the most popular avenues for them to sell their white supremacy to the public. And while many would like to think that all of their ideas are completely fringe and out there and nobody would accept them at all, the harsh reality is that the media has consistently more favorably covered these far-right protests than they've covered any type of left-wing protest. And the reason for that is because the baseline assumptions of white supremacy are still very much endemic in our society today.
This is Ben Carollo with Rebel Headquarters. You can catch my show Galaxy Brain on the Young Turks Twitch channel every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to stay up to date with my content, you can follow me at Benjamin Carollo on Twitter. And for those of you that might be wondering or have noticed, my pronouns are in fact she, her.